What's up, Reefers? Welcome to Alex Pora Corals. I'm Alex Wilson, your host, and this is more the good, the bad, and the ugly, and more of manure reefing for you. That's right, this is where I'm dosing dehydrated chicken manure to my reef aquarium to see what effect that has on the aquarium, the system, the fish, and the corals, whether it's a good thing or a complete disaster. So I don't know. Here we go. Let's check it out. All right, so here we go. I have this potassium P by Brightwell Aquatics, and this I got to dose and add potassium if I have when the levels are too low. And so currently I tested the potassium on my quarantine system, and it is in fact at 350 parts per million. And so I'm gonna, the recommended amount is 400 parts per million, and I'm gonna go with the elevated levels of 450 parts per million potassium. So yeah, I could go ahead and dose that up with that. And so let's check out the quarantine aquarium here, and this is the one. So 350 parts per million on the phosphate. I'm going to increase it to 450, and this is after an update now. I just tested, and it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks since I've been adding chicken manure to my systems right here, and so far the quarantine system right here is looking good. I would definitely say that the nitrate on it has been fairly stable. Right now it's 7 on this one, so I'm gonna dose that up to 10. And then on the phosphates though, the phosphates have gotten all the way up to 0.29 parts per million on this system right here. So now I think I'm gonna back off of the manure there. I mean, it's worked great for phosphate, bumping it up, and I'm probably gonna add a little bit of the no-pox to see if I can bring that down over the next couple of weeks or whatever. But yeah, it seems to be okay. Especially if you want to try to get elevated phosphates on there, seems to be a pretty good way to do that. And on the main display, I had the potassium came out. It's a little, definitely a little on the cloudy side right there, but anyway, the potassium on this one is right on at 400 parts per million, so that's good. Nitrate is at 9 parts per million, 9.6, so that's good there. And then the phosphate on this one is up to, yeah, the phosphate on this one is the 0.29 parts per million on this one. So yeah, this one is, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna dose less or maybe not at all the manure over the next couple of weeks and see what that does. But it's definitely, so this one is the 0.29 parts per million on the phosphate, and I was getting confused on the quarantine aquarium. That's the one, the phosphates on it are all the way up to 0.59. So 0.59 parts per million phosphate on the quarantine system. And so yeah, now I'm going to definitely see about bringing that down and back down to the 0.3, well, to the 0.15, it says where I want to be at, like 0.2, 0.15. So I'm gonna try that. And this is my fish feeder right here. This is what we use in the freshwater. You buy for freshwater aquariums, and it has these slits on the side of it. But what I did was I would use soldering iron, and I would just melt off some bigger holes, punch some holes on the sides and open up the vents a little bit, so so it's easier for the yellow tang to go in there and pick it out, no problem. Over the course of the day, See, the idea is it's just kind of a slow release, you know, where they can just eat their algae, you know, at their own pace, you know, just throughout the entire day, little by little, you know. So typical herbivore behavior where they need to eat just little by little, you know, kind of an all day, little long, slow process of eating the nori. So that works pretty good. But anyway, okay, so this one, the main display, ended up phosphates are 0.29. So it's definitely increased it. And then on the quarantine over here, this one, the one is the 0.59. So almost 0.6 parts per million. So we'll see about lowering the amount of manure to the system and add some Nopox here, see if I could drop it down. But yeah, you know, it's at 0.59, but it's looking really, really good because of all the coral mass, I believe, you know. And as a contrast that, you know, with the main display, even though it has less phosphate, less nitrate, and less potassium as well, you know, that it's a lot more algae, a lot more browns. Even the water's a little bit cloudy right now. So yeah, that's the difference of the systems. I believe it's just from the coral mass in here, the clams and everything else, I think. But other than that, everything else seems to be doing good for now. The still have the green slimer. So knock on wood, I don't know, it looks, I might be crazy, but it looks like a couple millimeters bigger. So definitely keeping on that guy and everybody else. So continue to look forward to the next update on my systems, guys. Thanks for watching and happy reefing. Bye.